She throws me on the fucking bed. And then she's like, yo, she's like, let me eat you out. Let me eat you. Let me eat you. And I'm like, oh, bitch. And I'm like, no, sweetheart. No, I don't go, like, I don't go that way. And then now I'm like coming to terms with like, oh, okay, no, this girl's really attracted to me. Like, she really likes me. I'm like, bitch, I don't fucking like pussy. What's up, y'all? How's life? How's everything? I want to know. Let me know in the comment section. Are you having a beautiful day? If you're not, I hope that this video makes you laugh or, you know, I don't know. Turns your day around. Turn around every day. Yo, everybody took like all the shaded trees. That's the shade. They're shady. They're shady out here in Brooklyn. I see a tree. I didn't want to be so close to, you know, the running grounds. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of noise. Like, this is actually nice. I think I found the tree, y'all. I mean, she's a little raggedy, but she got a bunch of leaves and shit. Let me go to the other one. I'm sorry, Miss Thing. I'm sorry. Don't be offended, girl. I just got, I don't know. I'm gravitated to your sister. Okay. Okay. She cute. Give the tree a hug. Every time when I wear this dress, I feel like a little fairy. Like, all I need is like a little wand. You are watching Disney Channel. Okay, y'all. So I found another tree because she's more slender. She's on a diet. The grass over that way, honey, where I was at, there was just a bunch of branches on the floor. I mean, it would have felt like I was sitting on 100 dicks. So we don't want that. I'm gonna put my hair in a pony because it is kind of warm out here. You know what? It's kind of cute. Okay, so y'all, today I am gonna share a story time about a time where I had a really odd interaction, to say the least, with this girl who was feeling me a little bit too much. I can relate to desperation. So to begin, to just kind of just make everything make sense and how things occurred, and also to give you guys the bigger picture, because I like to give details, and I think that's the magic in, you know, storytelling, is giving you all the details, like leading up to, you know, the meat, okay, of the story. So I had maybe like recently like aged out of foster care. I had a lot of friends that lived, you know, that were from like the group home, honey. But like, I was living with a roommate who I lived with in the group home, and you know, we had our own little spot. You know, I had my room, he had his room, and yeah, so just keep that in mind. I remember we went to the village. We would get lit, you know what I'm saying, like we'll pop Molly, honey. We will be drinking. Don't do that stuff, y'all. It's not good for your brain. You get holes in your brain and shit. It's not healthy. It's not cute. It's not cool. However, we were, you know, young, living la vida loca. So we were lit, and there was this one, you know, friend. She was an ex-roommate in the group home as well. And bless her soul, she's no longer here with us today, but she was wild. She was wild, but I loved her. She was trans, she was Jamaican, like she was abandoned, like, you know what I mean, like she didn't really have family, whatever, and I just always had a special place in my heart for her. So, you know, she was always, you know, dragging me into her nonsense. I don't think it was the same night of the meat and potatoes of the story, but I think it might have been like a day or the night before. So we have been out, and long story short, she found somebody's credit card, and you know, she was that girl. Like she's gonna max out that card, honey. So we went to this lingerie spot in the village. But her intention was like, yo, I'm gonna max out this card, you know, or like try to buy as much as I can right now before like they try to cancel like this shit, you know what I'm saying? Like if the person, you know, finds out that they lost their credit card, that they're gonna, you know, try to report a loss. So, you know, at first I was like, no, like we shouldn't do that, because I always had a bit of a moral compass. But like we was in a lingerie store, honey, and then she had a credit card, and I saw these big ass boots. Like they were like the big platforms, like similar to like Lady Gaga. I had them on for like a Chromatica era, but I love them. She's like, girl, we're gonna get you those boots, like, because I kept on looking at them, and I was like, you know, I was like, oh my god, like, so she got me the boots, and I was hyped. I'm not gonna lie, I was like, okay, like shit, like I mean, they'll be able to get that credit back, right? In my head, that's what I'm thinking. But you know, she bought a bunch of things. So now fast forward, I think it might have been a day later or a couple days later. I don't remember like exactly the timeline, but it was New Year's Eve. So my roommate was having a party, you know. I say him because technically, I mean, it was in my apartment too, but like, you know, it was like, you know, it was really him hosting. And you know, he was that person, you know, he always like, kind of like took over that kind of stuff because, you know, he could cook, and you know, very hospitable, and he had a lot of friends. All the orphans, honey, all the group home kids came through, you know what I'm saying, you know, to the house link up. I was out, so I'm not sure if it was work or what I was doing at that time, but I you know, that day, this was like a hot minute ago, like what, like I was probably like 22, 23 years old. When I walked in, you know, I was expecting, you know, for people to be there. So I walk in the kitchen and I see a bunch of like Chinese food. Like, I mean, like it was like buffet style. Like it was so much Chinese food, like everything, like barbecue spare ribs, General Tso's chicken, fried chicken, vegetable fried rice, pork fried rice. You had white rice. I mean, everything was on the table in the kitchen. And I was just like, who got the coin to do this? You know what I'm saying? Like, because me and my roommate, we didn't have the coin like that to be doing all that. So come to find out, credit card thieving bitch, may she rest in peace, love her down, she volunteered the credit card, honey, and it was, nobody still reported that shit, so she was able to get like this whole feast of Chinese food. Oh, so no, that was kind of lit, I'm not gonna lie, like, because bitches was drunk, bitches was, you know, fucked up, and like, you know, like you could go straight to the kitchen and get yourself a chicken wing, a wonton, an egg roll. Stop playing, like we had it all. So there was this one girl, I think she might have been in the system once upon a time, but she was like a friend of, like a friend kind of a thing. It sounds like, you know, like Bravo TV, like a friend, like the friend, you know what I mean, in the show. Like it was very that. I've met her a couple times. She was super sweet, like great personality, you know. She was a big girl, you know. Shout out to the big girls, hey, shout out. She was there, and like everybody's, you know, having a pretty decent time. Everybody's like, you know, they passing the slip, and everybody's, you know, getting lit and or drinking, right? By the time I got there, you know, she was like really, really drunk, and I've met her before, so I was like, you know, hey, like what's up, and you know, talking to her. I'm very friendly, like I could sometimes be a little too friendly, and sometimes it may give off like the wrong idea. Like I might be a little flirty. I flirt with everybody. I flirt with my grandma. I flirt with everybody, honey. I'm just a flirt, honey. She's dancing, you know. She's, you know, feeling the music. I'm one of those people. Like I'm like the hype man. Like I'm just that girl. Like I'm not a hater. I love to see people happy. I love to see people laugh and like have a good time. So like she was, you know, I think she was like a twerkulator. She was, you know, shaking and doing her thing, and I'm like, yes bitch, yes, and I'm like gassing her up, and everybody, you know, pretty much just having a good time, and you know, just, you know, it's chill though. Like it's not like a crazy party where it was like packed. It was just like, you know, a lot of the, you know, the orphans, a lot of the group home kids, you know. Y'all don't say it as an insult, because I was one of them. So she started to like, you know, like kind of like grab me a little bit, and like, you know, touch me, and she was like, oh my god, like you so beautiful, you so beautiful. I'm like, you gorgeous too, girl. Like you go, I'm a girl's girl. Like I'm just gonna, you know, I'm like, oh, was that a bee? Honey, that's what, girl, I cannot with the nature sometimes, because the thing, honey, she's like, you know, being complimentary towards me, and you know, I'm complimenting her back, but like it was on some friendly shit, you know what I mean? So she started saying, like, making like comments like damn, like you beautiful, like you're, like, she started telling me like you're a woman, like I see you as a woman and I'm a lesbian, da 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 da. I'm like, okay, boo, all right, but like I'm not thinking that she's taking me serious, because like, honey, like it's no shade, but I don't go that way. I feel like she's so drunk that like now she's kind of like being weird, like she's looking at me like, oh hell no, like drunk, and like, you know, I don't know, she was giving me like, I don't know, she needs to scratch her itch, honey, but don't scratch your itch over here, honey, because I'm not into that. In my head I'm like, yo, she's lit, she drunk, like, you know, just give her grace, right? So I ended up going to my room. I think I was actually gonna go to sleep, if I'm not mistaken, or like, because I was done, like I was tired. I wanted to, like, it was like the end of my day, like you know, I was kind of like, I don't know, I'm a bit of an introvert extrovert, you know, I could be extroverted, but then I get depleted with, you know, all the extrovert energy and love and you know, just energy that I give out, that sometimes I'm like, okay, now I need to step away and like be on my own and be by myself. I hear a knock on my door, you know, because I locked my door. I hear a knock on the door, and I open the door and it's her, and then she comes in, and then she's like, oh, well, like, what you doing, da, 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 da. And like she's being sweet, she's not like giving me any like obvious red flags that like I should like not open the door or welcome her, and you know what I mean. So I'm like, okay, like oh, I'm just, you know, like I was about to, you know, like, you know, call it a night type of thing. And she's like, oh, okay. So then she goes to the door, and then like she locks it, and then she turns up the light. Like she starts like kind of trying to grab me, honey, like she was like she was a dude, and she was like feminine, you know what I mean? But you know, she was, you know, like she was strong because she was pretty big. And then I was like, oh girl, I'm like, stop, I'm trying to like be like, okay, she drunk, like this is a kiki, she ain't serious, she's playing around, and like she's like, I don't know, like saying little stuff, like little flirty stuff. I don't remember exactly verbatim like everything she was saying. I don't know, it was weird. It was like she was throwing herself on me. So then she throws me on the fucking bed, and then she's like, yo, she's like, let me eat you out, let me eat you. And I'm like, oh, bitch. This bitch think I'm a steak. This bitch think I'm steak and mashed potatoes, honey. I'm like, oh. And I'm like, no, sweetheart. No, I don't go that way. And then now I'm like coming to terms with like, okay, no, this girl is really attracted to me. Like she really likes me. I'm like, bitch, I don't fucking like pussy, and I don't like a woman's face between my legs. I want a man. You know what I'm saying? So like, even if she turned off the light, I think that she thought that would maybe like I don't know, ease the pain, or it would just like, you know, lower the blow. But honey, no, you're still a woman. I'm not into that. She already had thrown me in the bed, so like she's like, at this point she's like kind of on top of me, and like she tries to like open my legs and like literally was trying to force her head, and I'm like pushing her now at this point. I'm like, yo, is this girl gonna R-word me? Like this girl, like this is crazy. Like shorty think I'm fucking all you can eat buffet. I'm like, bitch. So at this point, like, you know, like I used my strength, because I was being a little passive at first, because I didn't want to be rude. I didn't want to be like make her feel bad, but it's like at the same time it's like, girl, you are being like, you're a lot right now. But I also understand that when you're intoxicated, when you're on the, you know, liquor, you know, sometimes you don't think, you know, right. I'm like, okay, I'm trying to give her the benefit of the doubt, but at this point, like she's really like near my hoo-ha, and like she like, I feel like her kissing my thighs type shit, and I'm like, so I pushed her off like really hard. I used my man strength, bitch, and and I pushed her off, and then she was like, you know, kind of like shook a little bit. She was wobbling, you know what I mean, like Humpty Dumpty, honey. And you know, she was kind of like, she gave kind of confused. She turned off the light, but you like, I could see a little bit of her through like the blinds in the window. So like, you know, it was still like a little light coming in through the window. So, you know, it was dark. It was very dark, but I could still see a little. So I could see that she was a little like perplexed by me pushing her off. So I'm like, no, sweetie, like, nah, like, I'm not, like, you're bugging. Like, now I'm like getting a little tight, because I'm like, yo, you're wilding. Like, no, I don't want you. Like, I don't want that. Like, I don't want that to happen. So then I'm going towards the door, because like, I'm like, yo, I'm gonna have to tell like my roommate or somebody, like, yo, this bitch is over here, like, you know, or trying to, you know, or like, I just need to like get out of this environment, like, for a quick second, to get away from her, so that she could like go to her next victim, or whoever else. No shade, I mean, that's not funny, you know, but it was given like forceful, like not cute. So I'm going to the door, and then she like pushes me like away from the door, and then she goes in front of the door. She's like, no, stay. And I'm like, I'm trying to like push this fucking quarterback bitch, like this big ass bitch. She's like 3 bitches in one. And I'm like, you know, I'm like literally like tussling with homegirl. I'm like trying to like really like I'm like, girl, I'm screaming, but like the music's so loud in the living room. You know how it was set up. There was like you come in to the apartment, the kitchen's right in front of you this way. You have the living room, the entrance to the living room is right there, and then side by side the kitchen is the hallway. My room was the first room there, and then there was a bathroom and then another room. I was the room right there. But you know, I guess you know, people were just busy in the living room. Nobody could hear me, and I was trying to run away from this fucking bitch, you know, trying to eat me, like, quite literally. Long story short, I ended up you know, getting out of the situation. I was able to, you know, like, she got tired of like trying to like force me to stay in the room. I think I don't know who it was that I don't remember if it was my roommate or if it was somebody else. I definitely told somebody, like, yo, like, she bugging, and like, you know, like, I was told like she was drunk, like, oh, she's drunk, like, don't mind her, she's being drunk, she's just really drunk. And I'm like, okay, but like, yo, that was crazy to me. Like, I never fucking dealt with some shit like that. Like, you know, I'm really sweet, I'm really nice, you know, but don't mistake my kindness, you know, for, you know, me trying to, you know, get with you like that. I've never given, you know, bumping pocketbooks energy or lesbian energy. I'm sorry, I like men. I do. I like men. I like the male anatomy. I like men. I do not like women. You know what I'm saying? And like, I don't judge anybody for what you like. Why would I? You know, but that was crazy to me. So, but anyway, the rest of the night ensued. There was still a hella Chinese food like the next day in the fridge. So anyway, y'all, that was the story time. I hope that y'all enjoyed it. Have y'all ever had a situation like that where like somebody like was like intense, honey, and persistent and consistent, and to the point of like almost like assault? You know what I mean? Like, homegirl like pretty much assaulted me, honey, because I kept on saying no to her, but she was drunk. She was under the influence. Like, she was really drunk, and like she had a really good personality. She was sweet, she was cool, and I gravitated to her, and I thought she was, you know, but it was just on some friendly shit. And like, I've been around her before, and it never gave that. Like, I was egging her on too much, making her feel like that girl, and she's like, ooh, I'm gonna eat this bitch out. I'm gonna eat this bitch, honey. The Chinese food wasn't enough, honey. I'm gonna eat this bitch up, and girl, don't you forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Turn on your notification bell so that you always know when I upload. And I love you all. Thank you for being here. Shout out to the subscribers. Shout out to the engagement. Shout out to the haters too, because, you know, y'all be coming through, and Y'all welcome too, honey. Y'all welcome. I'll be keep cackling. Anonymous haters, honey without a face, okay? I love you all. Hope you all enjoyed.